Hello everyone and welcome back to NCAA 2004. And your Crimson Tide are a top 5 ranked team. Still, we've been a top 5 ranked team. We haven't really moved from number 4 since the season started. But we picked up a massive win over the Southern Miss Golden Eagles last week, a Conference USA opponent, but very tough one at that. This isn't like today, man. Group of 5 opponents could get you slipping, but today we have a very, very big opponent. It is the number 19th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks, once again on the road here. This is a game that we do not fare very well in. The only time we've ever won this game is in year number 1, the first year we took over, and Arkansas hadn't really started building yet. So this is probably the worst Arkansas team since that year 1 that we have played. And year number 2, Arkansas would win the SEC, I believe over Tennessee. But they would win the SEC going 12-2, and we were just one of the many wins that they picked up along the way. They beat us 21-0 in that second matchup. And then last year, they also had another 12-2 campaign, but they would lose the SEC championship, and they would still beat us pretty badly, 21-7. So this is the third straight matchup between our two teams in which we have been ranked. So last year we were ranked 9th, and they were ranked 5th, and they beat us. And then the year before we were barely hanging on in the rankings because we ended up having a bad year, but we were barely hanging on in the rankings at 20, and Arkansas was a top 10 team, and they managed to beat us. So Arkansas seems to be a team that is desperately trying to get over the hump here. They did manage to win the conference before we did, so I guess they're doing something a little bit better over there, or over here in Fayetteville, but still, I still believe we are on a better trajectory than Arkansas is. I want to believe that. So we're getting things started off early here from our own 21-yard line. Cobb's going to bounce out of the pocket and fire one downfield, and he's going to find, I believe it's Jamil Spears, and it is. He finds Jamil Spears downfield, flips the field entirely, and now our offense is cooking here inside the red zone early in this drive. So Cobb lost in the pocket, but he does find a way to get rid of it, and it's Jamil Spears again. Just keep hitting him, man. As long as he's there, just keep feeding the boy, because he is going to catch it. I promise you that. Another 1st and 10 here now, and Cobb is going to drop back here. Cobb steps up in the pocket, beautiful step up in that pocket, and fires it to the end zone, and that was a very, very dangerous throw to make here. It's listing battle a receiver for Arkansas. Is Arkansas starting a receiver at DB? Is that what that is? But that huge drive gets off to a great start and ends in a pick for Arkansas. So on 3rd and 10, though, for Arkansas, they're going to give it right on back to us. As I believe it was Demetrius Moore, the middle linebacker. It was probably Jamal Mullins, the left outside linebacker, who was able to snag that ball clean out of the air. So we've got the ball just about where we had it beforehand. So we just exchanged possessions here. Cobb steps up in the pocket and lands a floater to Carroll across the middle. He had Whitaker and Carroll both just kind of running the same route. But Carroll is the one who hauls it in and cuts up field for a good chunk of yardage here. And we're going to get a nice little replay of it. So Cobb here, I like his pocket presence and awareness, man. He's just kind of stepping up, stepping to the side here. He just makes a couple dangerous throws, man. It's like Cam Ward out there. Just stands safely in the pocket, but he's good for at least a 1 turnover. So we're going to finally get the run game involved and hand this one off to Lamont Farrell, the running back, and he's going to find an opening right up the middle and get right into the end zone for the first Crimson Tide touchdown here. Look at that, just following the lead blocks. We got a big line, man. A big line of returning people. We only have a couple young guys, but on the ball or on offense yet again here, and Cobb's going to dump this one off to Farrell on a check down here, but Lamont Farrell's going to pick up a 1st down with it. So moving good here, we're getting closer to the red zone. Cobb's going to drop back, pressure off the edge, and somehow gets away from it and floats that one up here to the tight end Watts, man, Sean Watts. Sean Watts, the freshman tight end, finally gets his name involved here. I mean, I'm sure he has been in the games that we've simmed here, but I think this is the first one that we've watched from Sean Watts here is Cobb. Again, avoiding the pressure in the pocket, and Sean Watts had a nice step on the defense, man. He was covering by a linebacker and just had a good step on him. So 14-0 is going to be your score here after 1 quarter of play in Arkansas. So we are looking good. We got to keep the momentum. So going to run an option play. Cobb's going to pitch this one out to Farrell. Farrell's breaks off 1 tackle, and he's off to the races here. Gets inside the 50, and rather almost inside the 40s. He gets brought down to the Arkansas 41-yard line. That option play is really deadly when you got a quarterback who can run it pretty well. Cobb stepping up in the pocket here. He's escaping some pressure here, but he finally gets rid of it. And he finds an open target, gets brought down at the sticks. I can't tell exactly who it was. I think it's Chad Whitaker, I think. It looked like Whitaker, I think. But anyway, it's a 1st and 10 here. So Cobb rolls to his right, fires another deep shot to the end zone, and nobody is home, man. No, I don't know who he was throwing to, but nobody was home. I don't know if that was a miscommunication. He thought someone was going to be over there, break that way. It might have been an option route. I'm not entirely sure, but it's another interception for Cobb here. Now Arkansas's got this one heading the other way. So they're going to move on offense now, pick up a 1st down very quickly here. And Arkansas still has a returning quarterback, number 19. So we don't have names yet for Arkansas's for offense here. So with 3:42 left in the 1st half, number 19's got to fire one out to the corner here, and that is Randolph and Collins completely lost in coverage there. There were 2 guys out there who could have held down that receiver, and both of them were just completely lost on that play as number 19 just splits the defense here. Collins making an aggressive play on the ball, nowhere near it, and then Randolph is just in pursuit, man, playing catch-up. So they get a little bit better play from the DBs. So 14-7 is the score, and Arkansas gets the ball back here as our offense has struggled to move the ball after that interception a little bit earlier in the 2nd quarter. And now Arkansas picks up a 1st down here, and they're getting very, very close to the red zone. So on 1st and 10, under a minute to go, and it's another completion for the Razorback offense, and they're going to start calling some timeouts, see if they can get into the end zone. So on a long 1st and goal here, under pressure, number 19 is going to try and scramble out, but it's Jamal Mullins who he trips over on the ground, and that's going to be a sack. So on 2nd and goal here, backing up from their own 20, and it is dumped off to the left side of the field, but we are all over that, and we got plenty of defenders in the area. So now Arkansas is going to run with a hurry-up here, going to try and move fast with tempo, as time is expiring, get down to 30 seconds just about. And 19's going to drop back. He's rolling out to the right here, and that one is completely batted down by Blackwell. It's Mark Blackwell, the sophomore here, gets his hand on that ball and is going to force Arkansas to have to take 3 points. But they're going to run a fake field goal. And the pass out of the back of the end zone, it is caught, but yeah, he was well out of the back of the end zone. So Arkansas is going to come up empty-handed on this drive, which is kind of brutal, man. They really kind of needed the points here at the end of the 1st half. But hey, man, you're not going to hear it from Sick Naven. So getting started in the 2nd half here, once again, Arkansas with the football because we are just struggling right now in this middle part of the game to get anything going. And Arkansas is not struggling to get anything going as they get a humongous pickup here now in Crimson Tide territory. And our defense is going to have to play a little bit tighter here as our offense is buckling quite a bit. And the defense is also starting to struggle. Another thing I noticed here, I'm pretty sure Arkansas is running 2 19s on their offense. Their quarterback's 19 and their top receiver is also number 19. I don't think either of them have names either. I think they're both just 19s. So on the 3rd and down, our defense comes up big, man. It's a massive, massive play here from our defense, and I couldn't tell who that was. I don't have the numbers wrote down for our defense. I just have the names. So on a 4th and 4, Arkansas is going to keep the offense on the field here. It's kind of a gutsy call here for Arkansas. But they're playing aggressive in this game. They know what it means, and it's one of our linebackers getting a hand on it. And I believe that was George Leon, the freshman right outside linebacker, who got his hand on that football and knocked that one out of the air. So that's going to be it for Arkansas. But we go 3 and out once we get the football. So on the punt here, I'm showing a punt here, and it's because it's muffed. So Arkansas cannot field the punt cleanly, and it's going to get recovered by our defense, or special teams, rather. So not only do we still keep the ball here, we're going to flip the field. But Arkansas's defense is making us fight for every yard here. It's 3rd and 9. Cobb fires one to the end zone, and it's tipped and caught by Jamil Spears. So another very dangerous pass by Cobb here, which very easily could have been picked off. Ends up just getting tipped here because Arkansas's defense couldn't get their hands wrapped around the ball, and Jamil Spears is going to be there for the tip to catch it for the touchdown. So finally some points in this game here. The stalemate is broken as we extend our lead back to 14. But Arkansas running the option play, and Collins, pick up your pride, man. Just getting absolutely stiff-armed, and a brutal spin move into the open field here. Is anyone going to catch him? Blackwell is there to make the touchdown-saving tackle just a few yards short of the goal line. But I mean, you might as well, man. That was a humongous pickup. That was like, what, a 60, 70-yard pickup? So on 1st and goal for Arkansas, they're going to go with a fullback dive. And after shedding a couple tackles here, I think it's Demetrius Moore who's going to be able to bring him into the end zone. So unfortunately, we were not able to keep him out of the end zone. And so Arkansas is going to score here off of that big run play. So 14-21 is your score. Now we are moving once again on offense. Cobb, another deep shot downfield. He's going to find Carroll who picks it up gets the catch here and gets brought down inside the 5. So our passing attack is still absolutely rolling here in late in the third quarter. So the third quarter is going to come to a close. We're going to have to finish that drive in the fourth quarter. But 21-14 is your score. We've played some close ones with Arkansas. The last two have not been close. So on a 3rd and goal, Arkansas making us fight for it. We're going to go with a fullback dive to number 15. He's going to dive forward for his first touchdown that we've seen so far in these games here. Again, he might have scored again, but that's the first one that we've seen. He barely gets in there diving across the goal line. So 28-14 is your score. And now Arkansas has really got to score here if they want to keep this one alive. And when you do stuff like that, you're going to put yourself in a good position here as Ben Matthews gets kind of mossed here by number 19 as he gets another catch, another reception thrown by number 19. So Arkansas now moving here pretty easily, and another pass across the middle of the field is going to be completed. And another fresh set of downs for the Arkansas Razorback offense as they are now moving a little bit forward here. So 1st and 10 again. They're going to go with an option play here, reversal rather. They're going to fake it to the fullback. And again, inside running back Brooks, who's open, wide open space here. No one in the vicinity. And Arkansas's got all the trickery that they need to get into the end zone. Not really any trickery. I mean, just some fancy option plays that are just working here. The fake to the fullback really had the defense completely fooled here. And number 19 gets clobbered in the name of this touchdown here. But their running back Brooks has just been absolutely just sinister in this game. So 28-21 now, plenty of time left, so we are not safe by any means. Cobb, another deep shot downfield, and it is caught by Jamil Spears again. Have yourself a day, Jamil Spears. He is absolutely the class of this offense right now, and we've got a lot of good receivers, but he is just really outclassing them all here. And Cobb, once again, steps up in the pocket and finds Chris Kelly, who we haven't called, I don't think, at all today. But he gets a nice catch for us in an important spot here as we get a first down. But Arkansas's defense making us fight for it on 3rd and 9. We got to pick up the first down. I just got to score points, man. Got to keep moving. Cobb lost in the pocket here, but he fires across the middle, and it's a diving catch by Carroll, but he manages to catch it. So it's good when you got athletic receivers like that. So another 3rd and short situation for the Crimson Tide offense as we're unable to just get these first downs easily. So we're going to hand off to number 15, the fullback, and he's going to take a couple guys with him, but he is going to get the first down and a few yards, just a few. Probably 3 or 4 yards on that carry, but it's enough for the first down, so it's all that we ask of him. So now it's going to be 1st and goal here inside the 5. We missed on 1st and goal. So on 2nd and goal, we're going to fire it off to Sean Watts, the tight end, who's all alone in the back of the end zone here. Arkansas bit on the play fake. They were expecting the run. They were not expecting a big freshman tight end to be standing by himself in the back of the end zone, which is where he was. So another touchdown for Sean Watts in this game here. He's having himself a game too. So 35-21 here. The ball exchanged hands a couple times. So under a minute here. Arkansas down to the last play really on 4th and 13. It's a deep shot. And it's going to get picked off by Stephen Collins, the junior. Our junior strong safety. He's going to get the game-sealing interception here. The game is about over as Arkansas was unable to do much with the football in the handful of minutes that they had afterwards. We ate a bunch of time, too. So we're going to take the win here against the Razorbacks on the road. This is the first time I think we've won on the road. I want to say the first year was at home. I can't remember the home and away, but I do know that we haven't won since year 1. So Sick Navy finally getting over the Arkansas hump. We remember the Georgia hump was such a big one to get over, and so the Arkansas hump has become another thorn in our side that we've been able to overcome as well. So just in this season, though. So let's hope we can continue that momentum against the Georgias and Tennessees of the world that are also still yet to be played on our schedule. So looking at a breakdown here, Arkansas completely outplays us offensively, man. They outran us completely, and even passing-wise, they did a little bit better than we did. They were really bad on 3rd down, which might be the big indicator of how this game, didn't go so well. Didn't capitalize on the red zone opportunity that they had at the end of the first half, which is kind of a big thing too. Both teams had a good share of turnovers, so you can't really blame the turnover game either. Just kind of the 3rd down game, I guess, maybe, and just leaving points on the board perhaps. Carlos Cobb has another pretty decent game here, but the 2 picks is pretty ugly, not great. They're 2 pretty bad picks as well, so Lamont Farrell gets 76 yards and a touchdown. I will happily take that. For him to take that. Jamil Spears, 128 yards and a touchdown here. Not too much going from Chris Kelly, man. Only 1 reception here. Kind of weird. Kind of a weird game to not see his name at the top with receiving here. And Stephen Collins, man, leading the charge here in tackles. Has the big interception. Jamal Mullins picks up a sack. Someone else picked up a sack too, but we're not going to sim any games heading in to the next video. We're just going to go into our next video against Georgia, since this is one of our biggest games every year that we play. So we're in the gauntlet part of our schedule, the middle part. So I hope to see you guys back in Tuscaloosa when we take on the Georgia Bulldogs, baby.